morning show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
They come from all of Glasgow, they come from near and far. They come from every Highland glen, from here to Lochnacar. They sail from dear old Belfast to the bonny banks of Clyde. They gather round to Timeless Park and loudly sing with pride. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, now set your mind at rest. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. To the boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, now set your mind at rest. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. To the boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. Why, there's Richie Shearer, Probin, John Craig McKinnon too. There's Baxter, Henderson, George McLean, they proudly wear the blue. There's Miller, Brandon, Wilson, what better could you want? Plus 70,000 Rangers fans that proudly sing this chant. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, now set your mind at rest. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. The boys in blue, the Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. Richie Shearer, Probin, John Craig McKinnon too. There's Baxter, Henderson, George McLean, they proudly wear the blue. There's Miller, Brandon, Wilson, what better could you want? Plus 70,000 Rangers fans that proudly sing this chant. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch your friend, I'll set your mind at rest. Oh yes, R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. They're the boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. They're the boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best.
Hello, and welcome back to part 2, Rangers v St Mirren. I'm Stardug, and this is Rangers Radio. Well, not an awful lot much more I can say about that tonight. It's 3 points in the bag. Jermaine Defoe coming up with the goods again. Nice ball in for Barisic, but I mean, we were very slow tonight. By the way, I'm myself on the panel tonight, so I'd appreciate anybody that's willing to phone in, have a chat with me. The number is 0141 356 1972. Come on, have a chat. You've got Stardug got to yourselves tonight. But you're going to get my opinion about the result. The result is, I mean, it's 3 points in the bag, guys. We can't really ask for much more than that. We were a bit flat tonight, granted, but I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's 3 points in the bag. I thought there was some positives in the game. Borna Barisic, another assist for him as well. Joe Aribo kept himself busy. I think he got the man of the match up at Ibrox, so another good game for Joe. But I mean, slow start. We obviously knew St Mirren were going to put the two buses up as they said they were going to do and make it very, very hard for us to break them down. We managed to do that in the 34th minute. We Borna Barisic getting a ball into Jermaine Defoe, puts it by the goalkeeper and manages to beat the defender. Great finish. I mean, this is what we need. This is what we need to keep pushing forward. So, I mean, if anybody wants to phone in again, the number is 0141 356 1972. Your opinion matters to us in Rangers Radio. So I'm going to take you away to Technical Terry for a wee tune and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Follow Rangers everywhere, anywhere, we will follow on. Follow, we will follow Rangers. If they go to Dublin, we will follow on. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one. No, not one. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one. No, not one. Some folk know all about their sorrows. We will fight till the day is done. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one. No, not one. Follow, follow, we will follow Rangers. Up the stairs, down the stairs, we will follow on. Follow, follow, we will follow Rangers. If they go to Dublin, we will follow on. Follow, follow, we will follow Rangers. Everywhere, anywhere, we will follow on. Follow, follow, we will follow Rangers. If they go to Dublin, we will follow on.
Cheers for that, Terry. Welcome back, everybody. I think we've been joined by our first caller, George for UK. How you doing, George?
Hello. I'm alright, but I'm glad I'm not a nail biter. I'd cannibalise my toes by now.
We've also been joined by Cairo. How you doing, Cairo?
No bad, yourself?
Aye, we're getting there, mate. What was your taking that tonight, Cairo?
Oh God. It was. What's the word? What's the word of the week? Turgid.
Turgid. Turgid.
It was turdish,
Right.
turgid. It wasn't very good at all, were we? Weren't we? We just weren't on the boil at all tonight. We were slow,
Totally flat.
Totally flat. Yeah,
I'll take it for the first half, Cairo. What did you make of their time wasting?
expected. It's expected that they go. It's it's the way it is, and they're going to do it, and they get away with it. They'll push. You'll give them that inch, and they'll take the mile, and it's up to the referee to stop that sort of crap. But obviously they don't. They just let it go, and it frustrates. You can see the frustration with the Rangers players as well, and it starts to cause niggles and everything in the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did so. What's your take on it, George?
As I say, we were totally flat, by the way. You know what I mean? And we're crossing balls into the box for Defoe. It was never going to get them, you know what I mean? We're trying to walk the ball into the goal. And I'll tell you something. I'll take my half to that Ojo. Come on. He actually gave it a wee bit of spark of life, man. He nearly scored a goal. I thought he looked pretty good when he came on. He was pretty sharp.
That's his trademark goals. That's his trademark attempt, isn't it?
Aye, that was it. I thought it was in. Did you know? And by the way, see their header? I thought that was in.
Oh, I didn't know. That was.
I've got across you, George. We've also been joined by Harry. How you doing, Harry?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm listening to everybody being so totally negative, and I don't really understand it, to be honest. I know we like to see the team playing a bit of football and that, but at the same time, we've got to dig it. Every game's a 6-pointer. That's how it is. So we were never in any danger of losing that game. And sure, it would be lovely to score some more goals. But what we did is plain ordinary went there and did the job. It's going to be like that in some of the games between now and the end of the season.
I think I mentioned at the start of the show.
It's 3 points in the bag. Obviously, the third striker.
One at a time, guys. One at a time. Wait there. I'll bring Cairo in first. On you go, Cairo.
George, you don't think it was a bit turgid? I mean, it wasn't a great game.
Totally turgid.
I'm out of the moon. Like, we won.
I'm out of the moon. We get 3 points, but it was totally turgid, man. Honestly, I was like to myself, they're going to end up grabbing a goal here.
Nah, the header was on the other side of the coin. On the other side of the coin, I'm quite. Ox says I'm a bit optimistic, but when you think about where we were last year at this time,
right.
That type of thing,
that's absolutely correct.
We would have probably drew that game last year because it's this breaking through, getting the lead, and holding on to it. Now, if that the night where we're playing a turgid game, we still won. We did what we had today. and then we move on. If we can win the next 3 or 4, these next 3 or 4 games for me, it's going to define the league, I think, because if we can take the lead, I can see them. They've got a few away games, I believe, and if it's not that I'm worrying about them. I'm just saying if we don't bottle it like we did last year, then these next 4 or 5 games will tell us. And I didn't mean bottle. I mean they kind of lost it last year. They lost their way. If we can keep on the way we're doing this year, then that gives you the belief. It gives me the belief that it'll go and win the 55.
Cairo.
Aye.
Do you think we need a third striker?
I think we need something different up there to help.
I totally think we do. You can't.
I'll bring Harry back in, George. George, I'm going to bring Harry back in.
Right, no bother.
Well, I think in actual fact, you're talking about third strikers and that sort of thing. That's fine, but when you've got a team who's got that many players behind the ball, we made chances tonight, but we just didn't come off. Well, so we're a bit flat. Aye, but we still dug it out, did great, and as the guy said, last year, crikey, you'd have been mortified going into the second half just being 1-up, thinking, my God, we're going to give away a goal and that's 2 points in the bucket. It's not like that anymore. We're a really positive team, we've got a really positive attitude, the fans are right behind them, and it's going to be like this towards the end of the season. But that, unfortunately, that's it. I'd like you to cast your mind back a number of years. I mean, I remember the worst football I think I ever saw Rangers playing was when Alec McLeish dug the game out towards Helicopter Sunday. He had no money to spend. The type of football we played was terrible to watch. Now we've got all the games home and away. At least now we've got this optimism and positivity, and we're making chances. We're saying, oh, wouldn't it be great to have another striker? That'd be a great luxury.
Harry, do you know?
We're playing great and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, you know, I think when we were with Alec McLeish, though, you had a wee bit of belief in the team. You knew they were going to dig in. They had that grit about them. They had something about them that seemed to always pull them through. It wasn't great to
absolutely
watch.
Agree. Absolutely agree. I mean, as I say, I went to all the games home and away and everything we did, but it was terrible. It wasn't fun to watch. If we dug out every single bit, it was a dig out.
The only good bit was the goal.
It was brutal to watch.
The goals are the good bit.
Do you think do you think the referee was a bit card happy with our players?
Well, I think it was quick to draw the fouls, mate, when the players were going in for challenges and things like that. But I mean, can I just say, I'll back up what Harry says there. You know, we're playing the best football. We were playing the best football before that break in the league there. So I understand why teams are coming to Ibrox and they've got that, just trying to steal a wee point and things like that. As I said pre-match, they didn't have a plan B, mate. We're going to have to face this week in, week out. And if we're going to win the title this year, that's just what I'm backing up what you're saying, Harry. If we're winning the league this year, we've got to come out through games like that. And that's what championship winning teams do. They win the kind of games. So again, I'm taking nothing but positives for that tonight. I'm taking nothing but positives for that result tonight. I know we were a bit flat and we didn't play the way we wanted to play at home against St Mirren, but just because you're playing St Mirren doesn't mean to say you're going to have it all your own way. They're going to pick 10 men behind the ball and they're going to make you work hard for your victory. And I think overall we did work hard for our victory, mate. We did not stop attacking from the first minute to the last minute. I think players were starting to get tired towards the end. Shea Ojo did give something, Cameron, but I'll take you. I'll go down the panel here. I'll take it to the goal. Former Barisic again, another assist, mate, and Jermaine Defoe managing to get across his defender and put it by the goalkeeper. It was a nice finish, and it was coming at that point in the game. We were absolutely bombarding their box with the ball. So I mean, a good finish, good assist for Barisic. I'll go to you first, Cairo.
It is, but it typifies that's the sort of thing we need to do more often. I mean, I just think we didn't do enough of that tonight. It's very difficult. I mean, we've been saying it for Warburton. When Warburton gave us good football and we weren't going anywhere, we were saying, you need to... It's just mixing it up at the front, I think. And I think that's where, when you've got Morelos on pulling, dragging players all over the place, you get a chance to mix it up because there's spaces to shoot and there's spaces to pass the ball. That ball tonight for Barisic was superb. And I just think a wee bit more guile in there. And that's, I know Stuart's injured, but that's the type of player that when you're playing against 10 at the back, then honestly, I don't think it's Defoe's game, unless you're going to give him boys like he got tonight that for the goal. The rest of the time they were pitting high. They were one of the times in the second half. The guy played it to him, and he was 3 men round about him, and he's not the biggest player in the world, Defoe, and he's not the strongest player in the world. And putting the body he was, I just think to myself, well, I mean, you could pay me to do that, to be honest. It's a bad decision. It could have.
Is it fair to say, Cairo,
different.
that some Rangers fans might go on Jermaine Defoe's case, but if you actually look at his performance tonight, he put away the only real clear-cut chance he had to score when the ball was delivered into him at the right height, at the right speed. He had really one clear-cut chance of the game. I know he had that shot towards the end there, but he had one clear-cut chance in the game, mate, and he got across his defender and he put it away. So do you think some of the Rangers fans are a bit harsh? And do you think we really did miss a Morelos tonight?
I think they're harsh when you get 10 men behind the ball. It's difficult for Jermaine Defoe. He's no Morelos where he can ragdoll players. He's a runner on. He's an instinctive player. The touches. And if you see the pass that he got tonight for Barisic, it was a great pass in. But all he did was just did what he's always done, and he ran onto it and he put it away. It turns men as well at times. But when you've got 10 players and you're hitting the ball to his chest, hitting it to his knees, that's not the kind of player he is, and you've got to make spaces for him to try and get the chances, and that's difficult when you've got 10 men there. Whereas Morelos ragdolls players and he makes spaces for other players as well as himself. So I think you're right.
George, then, Harry?
Well, I totally agree with that. And one thing I would say about Morelos is because he's a tougher, harder type of player, he's a real handful for the defenders, and he isn't frightened to give away a foul. He's not frightened to do that at all. And I'm talking about an aggressive foul and an aggressive situation. That's the kind of thing that makes defenders back off you in case they're going to give away a penalty. He's just that kind of player. Whereas what I say with Defoe is he's a sophisticated striker, and almost any other team in Britain would like to have him. And I'm not just talking about Scottish teams. We kind of look at him as a backup striker. Craig, he's a terrific player. Absolutely sensational player, and if you look at his goal scoring compared to the minutes in the park, he's great.
I think it's 12 goals in 9 games now, Harry.
Aye, exactly. I mean, how can you argue with that? Anybody would love that. And we're just so lucky to have a Morelos in front of him.
George.
I mean, who would have thought 2 seasons ago that would have actually had one striker like that? Never mind 2. I mean, if we keep this up, even folk like the BBC. I mean, I've not looked at the BBC stats tonight, but we must have had at least 20% of the play according to them.
I'm running the show tonight, mate. We're not having any BBC talk on here tonight. It's all about the Rangers tonight, mate. So, George, what are you doing?
I totally agree with both of them says.
12 goals in 9 games for Jermaine Defoe.
What's that? Say that again.
12 goals in 9 games now for Jermaine Defoe. His goal ratio's there, isn't it?
The stats don't lie. The guy's a quality player and a quality finisher. You just can't keep respect, man, crossing the balls into the guy. He's so small. And he's got to find the space. And by the time you try and find him, man, you know what I mean? There's about 2 or 3 players on him. You know what I mean? I don't understand at all why we just don't shoot outside the box. Barisic took a shot, right? And it was a good shot, man. It could have bounced up. It could have been a goal. That I'm talking about. It bounced in front of the keeper. I don't understand why we just don't shoot outside the box. I just don't get it. I mean, Defoe's a world-class player, in my opinion.
I suppose your natural striker, though, is looking for a space, not just driving into 14 players. If they're not seeing the space, they're not going to take the shot, I suppose, but... I mean, we seem to be short shy, we really do.
Well, I think it's different players. I mean, they're different players. You get 10 men hitting the ball, we need to play a different game for Defoe. We need somebody making the space for him tonight. We need Kent running in and players and all that type of thing. And I think, when you've seen the ball Barisic's game, when you load him up and give him the balls like that, he'll put them away. He just didn't get the chances tonight. And that's a different type of game we need to play if we're playing with Defoe versus playing with the likes of Morelos. Or even, Stewart, I think, would... Everybody keeps saying, about Stewart. I think...
He's crying out for him tonight, Cairo, isn't it?
Somebody like him, somebody with that guile. He's a wee bit guile, he's a wee bit fit with guile in him. He can turn a player and he can do that. But he can bring other players into the park, into the game as well.
I actually thought that Aribo and Kent played closer to each other than what any of the 2 of them did to Defoe in the full game, mate. They were just switching and they seemed to be closer to each other than what they were to Defoe. You know, the movement, like you say, Cairo, you would like Defoe to be kind of dropping back and the space to create itself for the two boys to go in the box and things like that. And it never really happened tonight, mate. Whether the space wasn't there or no, I don't know. I think Kent had a lot of the ball in the central, and Joe Aribo was left and right. Joe Aribo was everywhere tonight, and what I will say about him is, I think he did kind of pretty much all he could do tonight. I think he had a solid performance, mate. And it's hard to play against a team like that, mate. They really didn't have a plan B until the last maybe 10 minutes. They started flinging the ball up there. Yes, George.
Do you know Jack had a quite quiet game tonight?
Who's that? Sorry.
Do you know Ryan Jack had a quite quiet game tonight?
You know, Ryan Jack was taking too many touches for me tonight. I'll take this to I'll take this to Cairo next, mate. Ryan Jack was taking far too many touches for me, and when he was passing the ball, I thought his passes were very, very obvious. Very obvious. Cairo.
Sent a telegram at him.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's part of the sort of a lacklusterness of them a wee bit. They were that wee bit. They weren't. Somebody says they were in third gear. They weren't in third gear. They weren't thinking quick enough. They weren't zinging the ball about. It was no lackadaisical passing, but it wasn't what you'd call that zippy, quick move it, type passing.
It wasn't sharp enough. It wasn't crisp enough.
Definitely wasn't. I think Ryan Jack exemplified that, but he wasn't the only one. There were a couple of players that they kind of. Stephen Davis tonight as well. Well, he looked okay and he was comfortable. It didn't. It was kind of it was easy passes they were playing. Get it back type of thing. I don't. The urgency, I think, is the best word for it. It just wasn't there. That zip, the ping. The thing you need. And I'll be honest with you. I've not been convinced with Kent since we got him. Price wise, we could argue about it, but when you're looking for a player to give you that something, some games Kent doesn't do it. Now I know wingers are mercurial. I know David Cooper and all them were mercurial, but you expect something sometime. And these are the kind of games that I would expect the likes of Kent to make the space for the likes of the yeah. And he hasn't done it for me, and I just hope that he comes. He gets a wee bit of confidence and starts playing, because he's one of our key players, and if we'll get that flatness, they're the type of players. Cooper, you used to go and watch David Cooper. I used to watch. If David Cooper was his own song, it was worth going to see yourself. Because it brought the rest of the team with him, and that's what I was hoping we were going to get for Kent. But I don't think he's there.
Can a boss hot and cold, doesn't he?
He does, aye. But
I was watching Kent closely tonight, and I'll take this to Harry next. I mean, I thought he was getting the ball, and you beat a man, mate, and there's an referee waiting for you straight away. There was just no way through for him. I think Barisic seen plenty of the ball. I mean, his balls were good in the box and out, but Ryan Kent picked up the ball a lot centrally tonight, mate, and he was switching flanks with Aribo, and I think he was, again, same as Aribo, he was trying to make it happen, but I just think it was terrible to try and get through the other night, mate. I mean, they did, fair play to them. They set up well. If that's your tactics and that's your game plan, fair play to you. You know what I mean? They did make it hard for us, mate. They were always going to make it hard for us. Well, I mean, that's their tactics, mate. They know for a fact if they open up and play against us, they're probably going to get a goal. So they're trying to keep it tight, mate. But I mean, Harry, what did you think of Ryan Kent tonight?
Well, I thought Ryan Kent was okay, but like everybody else, the big problem was that the whole game was getting played in the 1/3 of the park at their end. We tried everything, stroking the ball about and everything to try and draw the players out to make a space. They weren't coming. So what you're faced with is, okay, great. What you've got to do eventually is go at them to try and do something. So it's never going to be pretty when it's like that, because all they're doing is completely congesting the area, hoping they can nick a point. And they never came there to win that game. All they came there to do was to try to get a point if they could dig one out. Now, it's very difficult for anybody to look good or to look stylish or anything when the players will not come out to give you the space to do anything. I mean, the fact that, fair enough, we've got a really nice goal. I'm fine with that. It would be nice to have scored more. It's very, very difficult to criticise the players other than they looked a bit jaded. In general,
I would agree with that.
But nobody would come out to give you any space to play. And at one point in the second half, I looked at one point. I don't know how many passes we strung together, to one side to the other, to one side to the other, over about 4 players up near the centre, up near the halfway line, to try and pull them out to make a bit of space, and they just wouldn't come. Because their instructions must have been, look, we've parked the bus, try our best. If we manage to get up the back at some point and get some kind of set piece, we might just get something out of this. And when you're playing against that, it's never going to be nice. You know, you can't wave a magic wand and say, okay, supposing it was a Davy Cooper or a Blind Loud-Up or something like that, you still can't go in there and beat 6 players when it's as congested as that and get a shot off. It's not going to happen, you know.
What do you make of the players, by the way, not going off the field, by the way? They're supposed to be really badly injured.
That was actually, that's something that I would imagine the referee will be censured for. But the referee committee afterwards, because that was a plain ordinary mistake.
You know what I mean? See, once you get the back, you turn them up, run the nippers again.
Aye.
One at a time.
I'm saying. I think he'll be censured. I think he'll be censured by the referee committee because I think it was a plain ordinary mistake. Or it was a mistake on his part. I don't think it was deliberate. I just think he, in the heat of the two guys being down, all the physio has been on for both sides. One of the guys looked like he might be quite badly hurt. The other didn't. The one that got strapped up ran away first, and the other one gets up with his feet, looks all right. So I just think he missed it. I don't think there was any malicious intent. I think it could have made a difference to us because taking that player off might have given us that space, but never mind.
See the second man, the one that looked badly injured. He got to the ball before I get a rebound. Did you not see that?
I did.
I'm like, so much of him you're concussed and injured. Why we go there? He's running my hair.
No.
I mean, like, worth it. I was like, so badly injured. I mean, wasting time, not talking about.
Well, that is what we're talking about. It's wasting time and hoping that they can drag it a wee bit.
The referee
and just dodge along, you know.
What?
It breaks up our flow as well. That's the other thing.
Exactly.
You know, if you're zinging the boys about and that kind of thing, although we weren't doing it tonight, but in general, if you want to break play up, that's the way you do it. I think the other thing as well. I mean, if Ryan Kent knows if he beats a man, there are going to be 3 other players there. There must be some other players lying in the open. I mean, Ryan, he as a team, we've got to know that Ryan Kent's going to get marked like that. So, what's the first thing you say? Well, if he's got 3 men, one of us must be free. So we as a team need to try and fund that out. You know, it's very difficult. I mean, the other thing as well, playing the ball about at the back, hoping they're going to come out. If they're a well-disciplined and they've been well-trained team, you know yourself, a highly organised team, difficult to break down at the best of times. If they're all lying in the 18-yard box or just in front of you and they're keeping their shape and they're not letting you, then you know after 10, 15 minutes, well, let's say after half an hour, there's no point in going back and passing it about because they're not going to come out. You've got to try something different. That's what the difference is, you know. And I think part of that is being a bit sharper, passing your ball about. And if you get somebody like Ryan Kent can take a man on, if he baits a man and knows there are going to be 3 men there, then be prepared for that and have somebody that you know is waiting. Obviously, you'll know who your players are. Yeah, you get a space.
Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll move it on a bit. We've got Stevie G's reaction there. If you put yourselves in mute, we'll get the manager's reaction and we'll get a wee discussion after that and see what he thinks of the game.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Stephen, job done, 3 points. How do you look back on that tonight?
Well, I thought defensively we were excellent. I understand that supporters and even some of my players expect us to win more comfortable, and I'm probably a little bit frustrated that we never got the second goal and the third goal. I get that, but I'm delighted. It's another win. It's a clean sheet. It moves us closer to where we want to be. And look, over the course of a season, if we manage to go on and make it successful, every game's not going to be perfect, so it's about winning and finding a way, and again we've done that.
You mentioned the defence. You know what it's like, it can get pretty nervy late on, but the players really dealt with that, and defensively, as you say, were impeccable.
Yeah, it's another clean sheet. I thought Connor and Nico were excellent. I thought John was steady, and Bona kept asking questions from the left. So in terms of a back 5, I'm delighted, and I thought they got protection for the majority of the game with the midfield 3 in front. So yeah, look, of course we could have maybe created a little bit more, or we could have killed the game off at the end when we've had some real decent half chances, but it wasn't to be. The main thing is that we've got over the line. I was really pleased with Shea's cameo. That's the most positive I've seen him for quite some time. So hopefully he's going to kick back into a bit of form, because we're going to need him and he's going to help us.
The difference, as it's been so often, was Jermaine Defoe and just that 6-yard box quality that he's always had.
It's the reason why I brought him in. It's the reason why he scored so many goals. He's a predator. He's a box player. So yeah, that's 2 in 2 from him in the last 2 games. We'll rest him up and have him ready for Hearts, because he's been to Hearts before and scored goals. So let's hope he can do the same at the weekend.
You mentioned that Hearts test. How different a test do you expect, given their change of manager and change of personnel recently?
Well, I think you've got a manager who's trying to implement more of a footballing team down at Hearts. They're trying to play out. They're also trying to press and be aggressive. We'll analyse them some more in the coming days. But we do expect a different type of challenge. Same personnel, same environment, but we're expecting something different because it's a different manager with his own ways. So it'll be a tough game, tough challenge, but one that we will be ready for come kick-off.
There you go, guys. He's delighted with that.
Well,
I think we should probably feel the same after hearing that, because, at the end of the day, mate, it's 3 points in the bag. It's another win. It is one step closer to where we want to be. I've forgotten the Bridgeman's attitude. We're taking it one game at a time, and every game is going to be like that. So be prepared, guys. Be prepared. But, as of the Hearts, wait there, George. As of the Hearts fixture, we'll probably assess that on here in the next coming days, and also we'll not talk about that. But on the performance tonight, what was your take on it, Cairo? Were you happy with what Stevie G said then, mate?
Nah, can't argue with that, man. I think he's sort of insight and sort of honesty about things is pretty good, and I think he's sharp enough to say the right things, to suit us at times, but when he's talking about the likes of that, that's for the players' benefit there. So I think he's a smart cookie.
Yep. Jordan, you come.
Oh, I can't disagree with what he said. You know what I mean? We got to 3 points. That's what we wanted. You know what I mean? And defensively, we were good. We were excellent. And Carthage was excellent enough. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think
he's very, very fair.
We've got me a positive, man. We've got 3 points, man. This time last year, we'd have lost that. Drew have lost that game.
I think he's very, very fair in his assessment. I mentioned before the game about John Flanagan. He'll be looking for a steady performance, or he'll be looking for him to get up there in the final third. He got up into the final third, but some of the crosses that he put in were dreadful, to be honest with you. But he was honest about him. He said it was a steady performance. Barisic did ask questions. If we're talking about the back 5 here, I thought Nico Katic and Conor Golson were absolutely did nothing today. You could say back 4 plus 1, because you're not really going to count McGregor. He had absolutely nothing today either, really, in the full game. So, the 2 centre backs are controlling things at the back, mate. We played most of the game in there, Hoff. It's hard to break 2 backs of 5, but what making the day, Harry?
Well, there's nothing you can do about that. I've got to agree with the manager. That's exactly how I see it. We'll dug it out. The games are going to be like that. A win's a win. It's never going to be spectacular against an opposition that does what they did. Yeah. You've no further to look. If I watch quite a lot of football, European football, and you'll see games like that regularly. And but to be fair, fans like ours expect it to be pretty as well as winning a game. Well, unfortunately, life's not like that. If you gave me a choice of it being pretty or the 3 points, I'll take the 3 points, because right now that's the way we're going to win this league.
And that's all we can do as well. I think we've been joined by another caller. Who's on there? Is that Jimmy, JFK? How you doing?
All right, Stardog. Is that all bear me? Aye.
Holding the fort here for the Rangers
I'm
Radio.
glad you're getting another optimistic one on.
Was that Cairo?
Jimmy, that's Cairo, mate. We've got Cairo, we've got George for UK, we've got Harry and yourself.
Right,
holding the fort down for the Rangers Radio.
Just
how you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, pal. Traffic was murder there, but I'm home. I've got my first vodka in my hand here.
Use your assessment then, Jimmy.
Well, I think it was all bear. I'd used the word quite a few times the last week. It was turgid, Stardog. It's a turgid game, they came out to waste the game, the first half especially. They did come out a wee bit in the second half, but I've no complaints with Aribo getting the man of the match. He was the best man on the park for us. But good goal by Jermaine Defoe, opportunist goal, took it well. So overall, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, it's 3 points, and it was a Bridgeman result. So I'm quite happy with that, and that aspect. But obviously, going forward, we'll need to perform a lot better than that. What we would call the bigger teams in the league,
Did
But
we miss having Morelos tonight, Jimmy?
I wouldn't say we missed Tav. We definitely did miss Morelos because there was nobody to mix it up with their centre defence and that, Stardog. So, Jermaine Defoe worked hard enough, but again, he wasn't getting the supply that he would like to have got. But as what it is, we've got Fred missing for another one game into it. And that's against the Water and Farts Sunday, and then he can play against Ross County next Wednesday. But I mean, as we were talking on the way into the game and that, and I hit a lot of guys round about saying, let's hope that Kilmarnock can do something. But at the end of the day, Stardog, it's all about what we do, and then worry nothing about them until after it's finished. So we've done what today, and that was get the 3 points. So I've got to be saying I'm happy with the 3 points. As I say, I'll use a word again. It was a turgid display, but it's a display that still gave us 3 points.
Absolutely, but I mean, I don't know if you heard the manager's presser, Jimmy. We played that a couple of minutes ago, and he said he was absolutely delighted with the result of the day. He thought we dug in, we got our goal. He was disappointed we didn't get the second and third, but it's not all going to be roses and things every week. So he's just delighted to get the victory, mate. As am I on here as well. I think we were a bit slow on our play at times in that, if I'm being picky. But I mean, what making we dare and win games, mate? That's what it's all about, really, isn't it?
Of course it is. The manager was right. Sorry, who was that was coming in there? George?
That was Harry. I'm saying I absolutely 100% agree that it was all about winning games right now. And the games, the one, we've got to win all these games. Every game's a 6-pointer. And what this is going to ultimately get down to is playing the other mob. And they must be running scared just now anyway, because anything they're doing, we're still doing the games out. So if you think we're under pressure, they're under more pressure than us because they've got to lose it and we've got to win it and we've got that game in hand. So just think, we're talking about, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have scored a few more goals? Well, aye, but we got the 3 points, and that is absolutely what it's all about.
I've also spoke about, Jimmy, the service to Jermaine Defoe and how sometimes Rangers fans can maybe think he's not doing too much, but if the service isn't good, he's not going to get on to anything. But what we did mention was that's 12 goals in 9 appearances now in the league. And when he does get the service, mate, there's no doubt about it, he's putting that ball in the back of the net, isn't he?
Yeah, aye. Well, there's a bit of exasperation with some of the guys sitting about us and that, and it was the same the night. But we've got to remember, Jermaine Defoe and Alfredo were two totally different entities,
100%.
Jermaine Defoe is I would call him a cultured player, whereas Alfredo's, he's quite happy to mix it up. He can bump and bang 2 or 3 defenders, and they don't like that. Jermaine Defoe's no that type of player. Now, it would have been good to see him get a bit more service, but it wasn't coming. But no, that's still at the end of the day, I'm more than happy with the 3 points. I've come away from there tonight happy. Couple of nice passages I played during the game, but it'd be nice to score another 2 or 3, but we didn't. But we've still got 3 points, mate.
Well said.
Cairo?
Yeah, I don't really have more to add to that. I mean, ask who we missed or what we didn't do. The players that were on there were the players that were on there. They were the players that Gerrard has put on. So they've got to do the business. Hard, as I said, it's been hard against 10 men up there. Game is turgid. Positives.
Can I come into that as well?
When you go, Harry, aye.
Aye, okay.
Go,
you're right. You're right with all of that. And I'm listening to the comments about the relative style of play of a player like Defoe versus Alfredo. Alfredo would have been the right player to play if he was available in this game, because he is the player that would have gone in and mixed it. Maybe got some of the players to back off him in case they're frightened to gain away a penalty. But we've got the luxury of having a class striker, what I'd call a sophisticated striker, if you want to call it that, in Defoe. And we've got a hard man that a defence can't handle in Alfredo. Well, you wouldn't want to have 2 of the same. It's absolutely brilliant we've got one each, because you can use them as the manager's shown when he's got the 2 of them available. He can bring them off and switch them around and change it.
Yeah.
Just tonight, Alfredo wasn't available, and Defoe did the business. You can't argue with the 12 goals. It's 12 and 9, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 12 and 9.
goals,
That's
you
a
can't
great
argue
point.
with that.
That's a great point, Harry. I mean, he's right, you know, and he's used sophisticated. I call him a culture player.
Yeah.
Same type of word.
Sure, that's absolutely right.
Aye, and you know, and it's just unfortunate that that Alfredo's not the other night, because he would have they mixed it up as he usually does, but he wasn't there. And Alfredo's goal was a great goal. Jermaine's goal was a great goal, a very opportunist goal. He was there, right time, put the ball in the net. So we've got to be pleased with that. So he's got one more game, obviously, and that's against the Hearts on Sunday, and then we'll see what the manager does. I would imagine that the following week against the Sheep, then he would probably bring Fred straight in. Maybe no, it depends what happens on Sunday.
Jimmy.
Yes, mate.
Did you think Ojo shocked you a bit tonight when he came on?
He done all right, mate. I must admit,
he nearly scored or not?
Aye, I know he did. He done all right. You know, maybe that's the best way to play him, George, as maybe an impact player. You know, because he seems to go in and out games a lot of the times now. But I agree with you there. And I thought his time on the park, it was very productive, and he could have had a goal. Aye, so obviously, I mean, when the sign went up and they were bringing him on, and oh God, what we got here, you know. But no, I've got to put my hands up and say, the time he was on the park, he performed really well. I've got to give him his due there, mate. 100% agree with you.
Well said, mate. Well said.
I'll comment on that. I shouted his name the same as yourself, Jimmy, for the start of the season, and I end up going in the opposite camp for him, and it'll take me an 11-minute cameo to impress me back into his camp again, mate.
Yeah.
It'll make the show for me still. He's going to start having to let these shots go earlier rather than trying to take the man on. Or play more centrally. I mean, we spoke about it at the tail end of the show last night, play him more centrally. I don't know what you do with him, but I agree, he did look a lot sharper tonight, but I want to see that every week. I mean, I mentioned it before the match as well, Jimmy. They must be seeing something in training that we're not seeing on the park, because he's forever remained in that squad. He's always been a substitute or a starter, so Gerard mentioned in his presser that he's going to be a big player for the second half of the season. He's got a lot of work to do, so let's see what happens with him.
You guys watching it tonight as well. I mean, I'm sitting there in the cold and that, and listening to some guys on about, you know, and they're shouting that we're overplaying the ball. You know, we're trying to be too fancy as if to walk the ball in. But look, you can't do nothing more than you can do that, because the way that the St Mirren set their stall out there, they were out to spoil the game. So what do you want to do? It's all right saying have a shot. Everybody's shouting shoot. But there was times when it looked as if we were overplaying the ball, but they just flooded the penalty box at times. And that's what's happening to every team that comes to Ibrox. They're flooding the defence and the midfield, and they're making our wingers push out, and we're trying to get to
you're going to have to get used to that, because that's what you're going to be seeing. Because these teams can't come and beat us in a conventional way.
Yep.
And if you're going to look at it, I will be overplaying the ball, because what you're doing is shooting the ball back and forward, hoping to try to entice a couple of players out to you to leave a wee bit of space. Well, if they didn't come, what do? Just take a shot into a crowded penalty box and hope that something works, because you're better keeping a hold of the ball and doing that.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. Keep a hold of the ball. Try and get an opening that you can maybe create something, but they just packed it, especially the first half. They did commit a wee bit second half. But no as much as what I'd have liked them, because I think we'd have destroyed them. But look,
I must have missed that bit, JFK.
What's that?
With that bit they came out in the second half.
Well, I would say probably in the middle part of the second half, they looked as if they were up for. They kind of pushed on, and it was a wee 5-6 minute spell there. They had a couple of throw-ins, they got a corner kick, but it wasn't that threatened us. It just that I thought maybe they're going to try and squeeze a draw out of us, but they just fell right back in, Cairo.
Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry.
Hey, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. Just for
One at a time, mate. We'll let George go first, Harry.
Did you know, like, Jimmy, did you think that he did was in?
Aye.
So did I. Was like, oh no.
Aye. Definitely.
Because that's what we're wanting. We're wanting to steal a point.
Aye. I thought so.
On you go, Harry.
I was just going to say, just for fun, I'll tell you how much possession we had. Even the BBC said we had 63%. Now that will be an indication.
Aye.
When they're saying you got 63%, we got 63%. Come on.
53%. Be 80.
But you know,
No, but-
we can moan about referees, but I thought
That's
the
your
referee,
second strike, Harry. You mentioned the BBC again. We're cutting you.
the referee
Alright.
let the boy McGinn away with a few tasty tackles tonight.
Aye.
Was
That's what I
Ten-
said earlier on,
ten-
Jimmy, man. He was card happy with their players, wasn't he?
Aye. There was an incident. We should have had a penalty. I
Aye.
think
Well said.
Defoe was thrown there in the box, and he
Aye.
gave a free kick. He gave a free kick, and he booked. I think it was it wasn't Aribo, was it? Can't remember who it was. And he just went in for the tackle, and it was a 50-50 balls.
He shoved him right off.
Shoved. No, so, but McGinn was a dirty rat bag. He was. Where I'm sitting, right, the boy McGuinness that get carried off.
Aye.
Yo, I heard a yelp off of him. Oh,
Like saying he can.
it was
Did you enjoy
a,
it?
he was only about 25 feet away from us. Oh, it was a cracker. What a yelp it was. Oh, bloody lovely.
I believe
Yeah.
that's why John Flanagan was in the team tonight, to bite back a bit.
Look, it was a 50-50 ball, and John Flanagan in, and he came out the worst of it, you know.
Oh, he'd have every right to go for it, Jimmy. He'd have every right to go for it, mate.
Of course he did, aye. But I think he's look where he carried him off beside us. Look as if his kneecap was kind of upside down, inside out.
Praise up.
Aye. Well, I mean,
Well,
Does that mean-
we're
does that mean we're-
it's another
does that
3
mean we're-
points anyway. That's the main thing. Yeah.
That is Cairo.
Does that
It's
mean-
another 3 points in the bag. When you go, Harry.
Does that mean we're going to have a competition every week now for a Yelpometer?
Yeah, aye. We'll be up the highest. But as
Where
Cairo,
did that figure in the Yelpometer
Aye.
scale?
as Cairo said, you know, I mean, we're looking at the fixtures. I know we don't all like to look too much ahead, but that's one out the road. The next
That was you,
one-
Jimmy. That was
I know
you.
that. Try to pass by. But Hearts and Sunday. I don't know how they got on tonight. Know that it matters, you know, but I don't want them to be getting good results. That
Drew.
coming up there.
Drew.
Did they win tonight?
Who were they playing?
I don't know. I've no idea, mate.
Hearts
Obviously,
do
I'm not
tonight.
a clue who they
They're
were
back to Hearts.
I heard the sheep get beat.
Who
Heard
gives
that.
a?
Oh, aye.
Aye, but no. When a team's winning, Cairo, then it gives them that wee bit of G up. So I mean, but we're winning, so we're on top, as they say. So let's hope we can pursue that.
Okay.
The Hearts game was a draw with Ross County, by the way.
Was it?
Aye.
Oh well.
Aye.
But anyway,
Let's all go with Jimmy's positivity, man. It's a business.
aye. Yeah, it's
When
3
you go
points,
quiet,
and
Kyle,
it's
quickly before we
a
wrap
great
this up.
result. It's a real good result for us. Whether it
Aye.
was 1-0 or 10-0. I don't.
That's it.
We didn't have a bad player in the park. Let's be honest. It was a turgid game. You know, they'd come out to spoil it, and
Just a bit flat, Jimmy, to be honest with you. Just a bit flat. We weren't as effervescent as we normally are.
No, you're right.
Boy,
No.
no zingy.
nah, you're right. We weren't pinging the ball about as well as we have done in the last few games and that. But no, as you said, Cairo, it's 3 points, an important 3 points. And
Do you think? I mean, there was just reading the lobby and what folk were saying about what we were saying earlier about Jack as well. I mean, I think our midfield are so good that when they don't play well, everything just seems to fall flat. And I think tonight maybe our midfield just were a wee bit kind of a flat,
Yeah,
and it did affect us. It just seemed to be disjointed a wee bit, didn't it?
Yep. Especially Jack. Jack's been doing that. He's been falling in and out of games lately. So I 100% be there,
Totally
Cairo.
agree with you, mate. Totally agree with you.
But defensively,
Well, anyway.
you know, we didn't miss Tav the night.
Anyway, gentlemen, we've reached this time of night, as Officer would say.
Aye.
Can I just thank everybody everybody that's phoned in tonight, everybody that's tuned into Rangers Radio. It means a lot to us here. George for EK, you've got a crazy voice. Are you going to geez, keep it going for the Rangers before we go?
Keep it going for the Rangers. The Rangers never need us.
Thank
Keep
you,
it going.
guys. Cheers.
We are
All
a
right,
people.
Brilliant. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Good night.
Yeah, bother.